panel, make a slip knot and chain 65. Once you get 65 chains, now make double crochet in the second chain from the hook. Yarn over inside the hook into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops, and just continue making double crochet in each chain all the way until the end. At the end, chain 1, then your work. Now we are going to work front post double crochet and back post double crochet. To start with a front post double crochet, yarn over inside the hook like this, yarn over, pull through, and just make the normal double crochet, but this time around we are dealing with front post and back post double crochet. That's the back post. To make another front post, back post from behind actually, and go in between those stitches like that, just like that. So just continue making continue making double crochet front post and back post double crochet all the way until end of this row. At the end, just try to make a double crochet on top of the last double crochet like that. Chain 1, then your work. Next, start making back post double crochet the same way we have done for the previous row. Front post double crochet, back post double crochet, and just continue doing that all the way until the end. At the end, I'll make sure to show you the next step, because next step we're going to switch to a different yarn color, and I will show you how to switch from this color to the other yarn color. Make a half double crochet into the back loop only, because we normally work into both loops, but this time around we must only make a half double crochet into the back loop, and into the next stitch you must make a half double crochet into the front loop, and you must keep on alternating between front loop and back loop only by placing half double crochet in each stitch all the way until the end. So keep alternating between front loops and back loops by making half double crochet in each. front loop, half double crochet, back loop, half double crochet. Like for example, if in this stitch you made half double crochet in the front loop, which means into the next stitch you have to make a half double crochet into the back loop, and just continue doing that all the way until the end of this row. At the end, chain 1, turn your work. Now you have to repeat the previous row. Yarn over, insert the hook into this very first stitch from the hook, but only into the back loop. Into the next stitch, make half double crochet into the front loop, and just continue doing that all the way until this back panel measures at least about 20 inches long, or any length that you want. It depends how long you want your cardigan to be. So just continue doing that. For sleeves, make a slip knot, chain 35. Once you get at 5 chains, now make a double crochet into the second chain from the hook, and continue making double crochet in each chain all the way until the end. At the end, chain 1, turn your work. Now we are going to do front post double crochet. Yarn over, insert the hook like this. Back post double crochet from behind, in between those two stitches like that. And just continue alternating between front post double crochet and back post double crochet all the way until the end. In the last stitch, you must place a double crochet on top of the last double crochet. I mean on top of the last double crochet stitch. On top of the last double crochet stitch, make a double crochet on top of it. Chain 1, turn your work, and repeat the previous row by alternating between a front post double crochet and a back post double crochet all the way until the end. At the end, you can cut off the yarn and switch to a different yarn color, the same way we have switched when we have done the back panel. Now for sleeves, instead of placing only one half double crochet into the back loop, now you have to place 2 half double crochet into the first stitch, but only into the back loop, because we are starting to increase, as well as into the last stitch. Into the back loop of it, you must place 2 half double crochet. And continue making 1 half double crochet in each stitch by alternating between the front post and back post only, all the way until the second last stitch. In the back loop of that last stitch, you must place 2 half double crochet the same way you have done for the first stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. Now for the next row, you are just going to do the same pattern, but you are not going to increase anymore, which means including the first and last stitch, you must only place 1 half double crochet, and you must stick to the pattern by alternating between the front post and back post in each stitch. For example, if in the first stitch you have made the half double crochet into the back loop, which means into the next stitch you have to make a half double crochet into the back loop. And that's just the whole pattern for this. And for the sleeve, that's just the whole pattern that you are going to alternate between an increase row and a normal row without any increase. with the inside still outside. Now we have to work across here all the way. So you have to start from here, the first stitch of this. Make a slip knot and insert the hook into this very first stitch here. Chain 1, make a double crochet into that same stitch, and continue making double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So just continue making double crochet across all the way like this until you come here. And here, chain 1, turn your work. Now we are going to do back post, front post double crochet, and the back post double crochet. So just continue alternating between the front post double crochet and the back post double crochet all the way until the end. In the last stitch, you must place a double crochet on top of the last double crochet stitch. Place a double crochet in this last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. Repeat the previous row by alternating between the front post double crochet and the back post double crochet all the way until the end. At the end again, make a double crochet on top of the last double crochet, chain 1, and you can cut off the yarn. So just continue doing that all the way until the end. So for this cardigan, you can pretty much add buttons if you want. If you don't want, you can just leave it without buttons. In my case, I'm going to add this medium-sized white button, 3 of them. So the first button must be starting at the first row of decrease. Remember, for the front panel have decreased, so that's why you are going to place your first button at the first row of decrease. Then the third button, you can just pretty much just try to space it well, like as you can see how I've spaced mine, like this. So at least your last button must be somewhere here, and just try to place this one to be somewhere, and just make sure your buttons are having the same space in between like this. So, and I'm going to use this needle, the metal one, very small, and a small thread, because the yarn needle is too big for this. So just continue doing it like that. Once you are done attaching your buttons on this side, since we have made the front post and back post double crochet, no need of making a button holes. There's already holes. These holes are already big enough so these buttons can easily fit in here, especially if you are using a medium-sized buttons. So you can just try to match where your first button will be and the last button will be, so you can just try to slice it in like this. So just go ahead and finish attaching your buttons.